Let's examine the facts. Let's open the case file. A commuter boards her usual train after work. Late enough that the cars feel half asleep. 5 passengers sit scattered and silent. Heads tilted, eyes closed, breath slow. Her stop is close, 5 minutes, maybe 7. A routine measured by signals and doors. But the train does not slow down. It keeps its steady pace into the dark. No chime. No announcement. Only metal rhythm and distant wind. She watches the station signs fail to appear. And counts the minutes past what makes sense. She tries to call out for staff. But the aisle answers with nothing. When she looks toward the driver's cab. The front is blocked by a pale screen. Not curtains. Not a door. More like a blind set in place on purpose. She opens her phone to map the line. But the signal feels thin, unreliable. As if the network can't hold this location. As if the rails have slipped off the grid. So she posts to an anonymous forum. Typing details like evidence on a table. Replies arrive, too many, too quick. Voices from nowhere, offering instructions. Get off at the next stop. Stay on until the end. Call the police. Call a taxi. Ask the conductor if you can find one. Then, after a long stretch with no stations. The brakes finally bite and the doors release. Outside is a vacant platform and cold air. One sign stands under weak fluorescent light. Kisaragi Station. A station name she has never seen before. She steps down, expecting the driver to speak. But the doors shut, and the train leaves her. We tag the record like evidence on a desk. Confirmed, reported, unverified. Confirmed, she boarded from Shin-Hamamatsu. A private line in Shizuoka, late at night. Confirmed, the train ignored normal timing. Running far past the stops she expected. Confirmed, the other riders did not react. As if sleep was the only safe behavior. Reported, the cab was hidden from view. A pale screen where a driver should be. Reported, the platform was unstaffed. No timetable, no posted route, no help. Reported, her phone could not place her. Maps failing the moment she stepped outside. Reported, she searched for a taxi stand. But the road nearby carried no traffic. Reported, she found payphone and called home. But nobody could locate that station name. Reported, the thread told her to leave now. Saying no map listed a place called Kisaragi Station. Reported, she kept walking anyway. Because staying still felt worse than moving. Reported, the air smelled like wet earth. And the dark held no city noise behind it. Reported, her posts grew shorter, then shaky. As if breath and battery ran out together. Reported, she walked along the tracks. Passing a tunnel, then hearing something move. Reported, a distant drumbeat, then footsteps. And shapes that stayed just out of the light. Unverified, whether the station exists at all. Or whether the sign was a single misread. Unverified, why the train opened its doors. And why it left her behind so quickly. Unverified, what followed after the last post. When the thread went quiet and she vanished. The paper trail begins online, not on paper. A thread on Japan's 2 channel, January 2004. The poster calls herself Hasumi. No full name, no face, only timestamps. It reads like live reporting. A small panic written in clipped sentences. She says she rode a private line in Shizuoka. Leaving Shin-Hamamatsu after 11 p.m. That detail narrows the search. Readers point to the Enshu railway route. By day it's ordinary commuter steel. By night, it becomes a stage for doubt. And the station name appears only in hiragana. Kisaragi Station. No kanji. No easy search. The word Kisaragi itself is Old February. A seasonal name that feels like cold air. People test the story against reality. Ride times. End stations. Last trains. They notice minute-level mismatches. Small, but enough to keep suspicion alive. One name returns, Saginomiya Station. Similar sound. Same region. Same line. Reporters later visited Saginomiya. And found daylight truth instead. But the thread left a loose end. And loose ends invite copycats. Soon come escape reports and new stations. Names like Yami or Katasu added to the maze. Photos appear, then collapse under checking. Often traced to unrelated rural stations. People claim GPS drift and time distortion. The usual signs of a modern ghost story. Railway staff get questions they can't answer. Because the station is not on any schedule. Then a horror film borrows the legend, turning the forum posts into a doorway. Yet the core stays the same. A map with a gap, then the witness disappears. To test a legend, we don't chase thunder. We check what could happen on a real line. From Shin-Hamamatsu, the rails have an end. In normal time, you reach it in under an hour. Hasumi reports riding longer than maps allow. Long enough to feel the line stretch too far. A train can pass stops without stopping. If it runs express, or service shifts. Late schedules compress the world. Platforms empty. Signs blur. Names slip. Some name Saginomiya as a real-world echo. A similar sound on the same stretch of track. But the story insists on a clean break. A station that is not listed anywhere. So we set 3 cards on the table. The forum becomes a control room in miniature. Guiding a stranger with guesses and fear. Hypothesis A, a normal station was misread. And the rest was panic filling in the gaps. Hypothesis B, the thread was staged fiction. A live performance shaped by audience replies. Alternative, the method does the haunting. Real-time posts make doubt feel like proof. Each card explains, and each card leaves gaps. That's how you know it's worth testing. Misreading explains the name and the darkness. But not the missing timetable, the dead map. Staging explains the structure and timing. But not why it still fits local details. Method explains the chill in the text. We investigate, then we get pulled inside. Because every comment is a flashlight beam. And each beam casts a shadow behind her. In the end, no single test closes the file. It only tells us where to look next. Before we chase the next clue, we pause. Not to solve it, only to notice what it asks. Because Kisaragi Station is not just a place. It's a test of how we treat uncertainty. A stranger reports something impossible. And the crowd becomes her decision engine. Do we tell her to stay put and wait? Or to move, because stillness feels fatal? Online, advice has no weight in the hand. But in the story, advice moves a body. In real life, walking the tracks is danger. In legend, it becomes the only direction left. This is how stories bend ethics. They turn caution into curiosity in one step. How much doubt stops us from acting? And how much fear is enough to make us act? And probability works quietly here. Most nights, a commute is only a commute. Most missing stations are misread signs. Most fear is weathered into morning. We search, and every search returns it back. As if repetition were a form of proof. We remember the outlier, one wrong turn. Because rare events redraw the whole map. A value question hides under the rails. What do we owe a witness we cannot verify? Skepticism protects us from being led. Empathy keeps us from leaving someone alone. And the two can conflict in the same sentence. Especially when the thread is moving fast. So the case studies the observer too. What we do when data ends and story begins. What counts as evidence in a live record? What counts as harm when the risk is unknown? We don't need an answer tonight. We need to know which rule we would follow. We reach the platform edge in our minds. And we stop where the story wants motion. Not because we solved anything. But because the record ends in mid-sentence. Kisaragi Station may be hoax, mistake, myth. Yet the pressure it creates is very real. A message arrives from a stranger in the dark. And we decide what kind of witness that is. Do we treat it as noise and scroll past? Or as a warning worth slowing down for? Do we demand proof before we speak? Or do we speak first to reduce possible harm? In the thread, every reply is a lever. A small sentence that can change a route. In real life, that lever matters more. Tracks aren't sidewalks. Tunnels aren't exits. So the case isn't only about a station name. It's about the rules we use without a map. Some rules are strict, no evidence, no action. They keep us clean, but leave others alone. Some rules are soft, help first, verify later. They feel human, but can be exploited. And most of us live in a third space. Adjusting the rule with every new detail. We can check timetables, photos, ride times. And still end with only probability, not fact. But probability can still change behavior. If the cost of being wrong is high, that's the detective's work, not belief. But calibration, how hard you lean on a claim. So here is the closing question for this file. What rules should guide you when facts run out? Write your rule in one sentence. Not your answer. Your rule. Make it something you can follow at midnight. When the train keeps moving and nobody wakes.